Have you ever been walking down the street, lost in your own world, when a single word painted on a wall seems to jump out at you? In that exact moment, it feels like it was written just for you. Perhaps it was the name of someone you hadn't seen in years. Or maybe you were thinking about an old friend you'd lost touch with, and seconds later your phone rings with their name on the screen. It could even be that you were going through a tough time, questioning everything, when a song comes on the radio with lyrics that speak directly to your situation, saying precisely what you needed to hear. Most of us have experienced something like this. These strange, startling moments are part of the human experience. Yet, we've been taught to brush them aside. It's just a coincidence, we say. Our logical mind loves to explain everything away with statistics and pure chance, because admitting there might be something more at play, something beyond our control that reason can't explain, can be deeply uncomfortable. But the brilliant thinker Carl Jung refused to dismiss these moments. He did the opposite. He studied them with intense curiosity, documenting and reflecting on them. He came to a conclusion that still challenges modern science today. These aren't just coincidences, they are synchronicities. Jung described synchronicity as a meaningful connection between your inner world, your thoughts and feelings, and the outer world of events. There's no direct cause and effect link, but the connection feels so profound that it's impossible to ignore. It's as if the universe is responding to you, offering a sign to guide, alert, or reassure you. He noticed these synchronicities happened most often during life's critical turning points, major career changes, relationship breakups, or chance encounters with people who would alter the course of someone's life. Jung realized that the closer a person got to their inner truth, a process he called individuation, the more frequent and powerful these meaningful coincidences became. It was as if reality was in a constant dialogue with the soul, just waiting for us to learn how to listen. But here's the problem. We live in a culture that distrusts anything that can't be measured or proven in a lab. We're taught to value only what can be quantified and tested. Anything outside that box is labeled superstition or magical thinking. So, we learn to silence our most intuitive selves. We ignore the signs, dismiss the symbols, and call something chance, when deep down, it feels like a profound calling. This is an invitation to reconsider that habit. It's a chance to face a liberating possibility. Life is trying to communicate with you all the time, but it doesn't shout. It whispers. And you need to learn how to listen. If you've ever felt a coincidence was too significant to be random, or if you're wondering why you clicked on this text right now, perhaps that isn't a coincidence either. Jung believed synchronicity is a mysterious and beautiful way the collective unconscious, the invisible network connecting all of humanity, makes itself known. Maybe the fact that you're here, reading these words, is your first step toward answering when life calls. Because it is calling, the question is, will you answer? Jung wasn't satisfied with understanding the human mind through logic alone. He explored dreams, mythology, symbols, and the mysteries of the unconscious. It was here he encountered synchronicity, a phenomenon that breaks the simple rules of cause and effect. He wasn't talking about magic. He was speaking of something he observed countless times. His most famous case involved a skeptical patient who was stuck in therapy. She described a dream about a golden scarab, an ancient Egyptian symbol of transformation. As she spoke, a noise came from the window. Jung opened it and found a real insect, a scarab-like beetle trying to get in. He caught it and presented it to her, saying, "Here is your scarab." The woman was stunned. The coincidence was so absurd and personally meaningful that it shattered her rational defenses, finally opening the door to real transformation. This is synchronicity in action. It's unique, symbolic, and deeply subjective. You can't reproduce it in a laboratory, but it can change a life. Jung, inspired by conversations with physicist Wolfgang Pauli, began to consider that perhaps the universe is made not just of matter, but also of meaning. This revolutionary idea suggests we aren't just passive observers, but active participants in an interconnected system where outer events can reflect our inner states. So, when do these signs appear most often? Jung realized that synchronicities intensify precisely when we are about to change course. There are moments in life when everything feels on the verge of a breakthrough. You feel a strange restlessness, as if something is about to happen. The job that seemed stable begins to bother you. The relationship that felt secure starts to shake. Deep down, you feel pushed out of an invisible comfort zone. It is in these moments of transition that synchronicities emerge strongly, like lanterns on a dark road. They don't tell you exactly what to do, but they signal that there is something important to perceive. A book falling off a shelf, an animal appearing repeatedly, a number you see everywhere. These are the symbolic ways the unconscious conspires with the external world to provoke our awakening. The problem is, most people are deaf to this language. Our rational mind dismisses these signs as irrelevant. We've been conditioned to ignore anything that can't be proven, trusting only in logic and control. In doing so, we have become blind to the oldest language of existence, the language of symbols, instinct, and intuition. Think about it. Have you ever had a strong gut feeling you ignored, only to regret it later? That's not a failure, it's training. We have been conditioned not to trust ourselves. But even the most skeptical people, when faced with a true synchronicity, feel that something different is happening. They may not admit it, but deep down, the soul remembers what it's like to live in tune with life. People who learn to follow their synchronicities live at a different rhythm. They walk in a more fluid, connected way, as if guided by an invisible compass. Life stops being a battle to be won and becomes a journey of alignment. Opportunities arise from nowhere. The right people appear at the perfect moment. Situations that seemed blocked unfold effortlessly. This isn't because they are lucky, but because they have stopped fighting the river and have started swimming with it. Even suffering changes form, a loss becomes a transition, and a failure becomes a redirection. Of course, not every coincidence is a synchronicity. The mind loves to find patterns. What sets a true synchronicity apart is its improbable nature and its deep, personal significance. It's when something external and something internal connect in a way so precise that it sends a shiver down your spine. In those moments, you just know it's not just chance. So how do you start listening to life? It's not a mystical skill. It is above all a choice to step out of autopilot and pay attention. The first step is to slow down. Synchronicity doesn't shout, it whispers. You can only hear it in moments of internal silence. Take time to just be. Observe your feelings, write down your dreams, and notice sudden impulses or strange repetitions. The second step is to trust. This is the biggest challenge. You have been conditioned to doubt what can't be proven. Jung invites you to trust something deeper than reason, to trust that life is communicating with you. And the final, most important step is to respond. Noticing the signs without acting is like receiving an important letter and never opening it. Life can show you the way, but you are the one who must walk it. Following a sign might mean making a call, changing your plans, or saying yes to an unexpected opportunity. It takes courage to follow what cannot be explained. So, are you living in tune with this call, or are you ignoring everything that doesn't fit into your rational plan? Are you paying attention to the small daily miracles? Perhaps the fact that you've read this far is a synchronicity itself. Maybe something inside you has just awakened. Life is calling you. It calls through coincidences, dreams, and gut feelings. You have two choices. Keep saying, "It's just chance," or start living as someone who understands that nothing is truly by chance. So, when was the last time the universe spoke to you? Life is calling. The only question is, will you answer?
Tra.